What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. The one and only Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. As you see, my hair is growing fast, growing strong, I'm growing rich, I'm growing vibrant, I'm growing tall. Hey, I'm growing rich, I'm growing vibrant, I'm growing tall, I'm growing strong, I'm growing healthy, I'm growing wealthy, I'm growing wealthy. Hey, yes, Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. Click the like button, like this video now. I'm out here in this lovely nature pond, lake, this stream. Out here I got it all by myself. I love adventure. I love exploring different natural territories. This is my life purpose. That's why I'm always on YouTube, and I'm always going to continue to upload inspirational videos to YouTube for the next 80 plus years. I'm always going to continue to upload inspiring, professional, positive YouTube videos every day for the next 80 plus years. I'm continuing to show up and upload inspiring YouTube content every day for the next 80 plus years, because I love just being in my purpose, inspiring people. I love having this beautiful gift of just enjoying the nature, this peace, this quiet. I'm away from all the stress. I'm away from all the drama. I'm away from all the noises, all the sirens, all the grumpy people, all the toxic negative vibes. People are moody, they're angry, people are mad. They're mad about money, they're jealous. People have a lot of ego, a lot of hate, a lot of envy. People are rushing around, and it's just like a lot of bad vibes in the concrete jungle, Babylon Matrix, the city. So that's why I love to just come outside to heal. Nature is our medication. Literally, nature is our true medication. This is my medication. You know what I'm saying? Just sunlight. I haven't even eaten yet. I'm fasting. It's been about 20 hours. I'm on my liquid fast. 20 hours. And I feel great. I feel light. I feel happy. I feel healthy. And that's why I'm out here. I just got my spring water with me. And this is just a simple thing. It's just looking at water. That's healing for your aura, healing for your spirit, healing for your heart. Just hearing the stream of this water is so tranquil. This tranquil, serene, pure, peaceful, harmonious energy. This is home. This is true healing medication that God has provided us for free. Nature. Like this video, give thanks for God, for nature. I'm a plant-based vegan for 9 years. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity, Sky Blackwell. I am 9 years alkaline vegan. So, I love this hippie, natural, peaceful lifestyle, and just enjoying just a glorious, beautiful gift like this of just a stream of water, and then the trees, the birds, the butterflies, seeing rocks and the sunshine and the wind and all the different natural elements a part of life. We have to ground ourselves. We have to reconnect. We have to reconnect to the Creator. We have to reconnect to God, to the nature, and really center ourselves. We have to slow things down and get our vibes right, get our energy right. What I'm saying? Nature helps us to meditate. Nature helps us to meditate and think clearer. Nature really helps us to calm our mind. You know what I mean? Nature helps us to calm our mind and breathe. If you're always trapped indoors, inside of an apartment, inside of a house, inside of a job, inside at school, wherever, all these different places, inside a hospital, whatever, all these different places you could be trapped, just on air conditioning, but when you come outside, you're getting fresh, real, natural oxygen, true, pure air out here in nature, out here with the lake, the stream, the river. What I'm saying? I'm traveling around the world. I'm going to document several powerful, inspiring YouTube videos around the world. I'm going to check out lots of different lovely, there's ducks over there. I'm going to check out lots of lovely countries all around the world, and I'm going to share on YouTube inspiring videos with beautiful nature environments. I love nature environments, and this is just who I am. Some people, they like to go stress out in a job. That's not me. That's not part of my purpose. I'm a true CEO. I am a lifelong entrepreneur. I am my own business. What I'm saying? Forever. So I'm not signing a contract. I'm not selling my soul. I'm not selling my soul. My soul is not for sale. So I'm living this entrepreneur life. I'm living this boss life. I'm living this CEO life. I'm living this natural life. And that's why I'm choosing to come outside and give thanks to the Almighty Creator out here in nature. I'm out here with the ducks. The ducks, they're out here. They're further down. It's kind of hard to see. It's back there. There's ducks over there. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm choosing to just do a positive action every day, consistently. Not just one, but this is a movement, a lifestyle. Instead of me being negative, instead of me dealing with toxic environments, I'm choosing to be out here in nature where it's more happier, it's more peaceful, it's a higher vibration. Like I was saying, being outside is a higher vibration. It's a more natural environment. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. That's why I just have spring water, with me. I brought it here with me. And like I said, I'm fasted right now, and I feel great. I feel very light, I feel very focused. What I'm saying? I went for a nice long walk, and like I said, this is good for our mental health. Get away from the distractions, get away from the noises. What I'm saying? Get away from the technology, all the devices, all these artificial stresses, all these airplanes, what I'm saying? All these noisy airplanes, all these noisy sirens, all these noisy people, all these toxic people, You gotta get away. You gotta come outside. I'm telling you, it's better. Life is not perfect. Life is not always easy. But I'm telling you, just from experience, what has been helping me along my healing journey and my life journey early on, so I'm preparing myself. So I'm living a long, prosperous, happy, peaceful life, and yeah, life is life. And when you come outside, when you go into nature, that will improve your mental health. Just like when we're in school, we would go to recess. I would love recess. As a child, I would not want to come back inside to class. Who wants to come back into school, in the class, after we were just having fun playing outside? So yes, we have to remember we're children of God. We're children of the Most High. We need to come outside and have our recess. Be home, meditate, have a picnic. Ground yourself, pray. Exercise. What I'm saying? You could sing a song out there. You could paint. You could draw. You can write. You can read. You could just take a nap outside. You could go foraging for mushrooms and fruits. Or you could just go skip rocks. Like I can skip rocks on this lake with all these rocks. I can just skip rocks. Skip rocks. Or you could go swimming in a lake or an ocean, in a beach or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, this is my natural message. Like, humanity, you gotta wake up. I'm speaking from experience. What's helped me, like, for me, when my heart is, cloudy, I'm not gonna let it be cloudy. I'm not gonna let my heart feel these, be on this bad vibration. I'm not gonna be stuck in a low, trashy frequency. I'm not going to allow myself to tolerate mediocre energy. I'm not going to allow myself to tolerate mediocre energy. I'm not going to allow myself to tolerate trashy, toxic, disrespectful energy. So as soon as I feel that as soon as I feel God tell me, hey, Sky, you need to come outside and be out in the sunshine and do a YouTube video and meditate, I do that consistently. And then I don't always have to do a YouTube video, but every time internally, when I feel that nudge from God, God says, Sky, come outside. You know, you need to take a breath. You need to take a breather. You need to relax. You need to take a break. You need to stop being caught up in whatever you're doing, your work or whatever you're doing. You need to come outside and get that sunlight, absorb this natural vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? The sunlight that's providing us energy. All the plants, all the animals, all the humans, all life is benefiting from the sunshine. So thank you, God, for blessing us on planet Earth with daily sunshine and water and air and resources, natural resources. Thank you, God, Almighty Creator. You know, that's what also coming outside in nature does. It helps you to learn to be grateful. It helps you to learn to practice gratitude. It helps you to show appreciation for your life when you're outside. The thing is, people are hypnotized. People are neurotic. People are insane. They are disconnected from reality. That's why you need to come outside, because you're just stuck inside a box. You're stuck inside a box cage all day on your computer, on your little telephone, on your video games, and you don't even know what real life is. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know who God is. So come outside, come outside. That's my big recommendation, for you to really remember who you are, for you to really reconnect, for you to really balance your energy, your aura, your emotions, your feelings, your vibes. You need to invest into time in nature consistently, not just once a month, not just once a year. No, do it daily, weekly, as often as possible. Whenever you get the chance and you really, really feel that nudge, you're like, hey, wow, it's a really beautiful day. It's sunny, it's warm. Let me come outside and give thanks. Instead of watching TV on the couch, eating popcorn all day, let me come outside and exercise or, tend to my garden, my fruits, my vegetables. Let me go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Let me just be still in nature and just breathe. It's nothing wrong with just living a simple life. There's nothing wrong with just relaxing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we have our time to work and be productive. Cool. But also make sure you have time to rest. Make sure you have time to relax. Make sure you have time to recharge and ground yourself, so you're not all over the place. You know what I mean? You have to regain your stability. And that's also what nature helps us to do. It helps us to build a strong foundation so we can live a life of stability. I'm living a life of stability. I'm living a life of security. I'm living a life with a strong, powerful foundation protected by God. You know what I'm saying? And that's really one big main reason, is because I'm choosing to remember who I am. I'm choosing to be home in nature. I'm choosing to come into nature consistently and ignore the noise. I'm choosing to follow my heart. I'm choosing to follow my dreams that God has placed in my heart and my spirit. You know what I'm saying? And nature, this always brings me back those glorious, euphoria, happy, enthusiastic vibes. When I was a young child, 4, 5, 6 years old, so youthful, so energetic, so happy, so fearless, so free. That's how we're supposed to be. Just delightful, pure, happy children of God. All our life, we need to be forever young. And those same happy vibes when I was young, running around outside, having all this energy, playing all the sports on the jungle gyms, out in the fields, the parks, the bicycles, everything, all the activities, field day, all of that. I love outdoors. I'm an outdoor addict. I am a nature addict. I'm obsessed with nature. I'm obsessed with God. Yes, this is a healthy obsession that I'm proud to claim. Yes, I accept myself, and I had to reconnect to those feelings. This is a good feeling that I know God wants me to feel. I'm feeling this pure, righteous energy because I'm choosing to place myself in a healthy environment. I'm choosing to place myself in a compatible, high frequency, harmonious environment, such as different nature places. You know what I'm saying? So yes, nature is awesome. It helps you to feel those good feelings again. When you were young and, you weren't all stressed out. You weren't all stressed out about, being treated wrong in a relationship, being taken for granted in a relationship, or you weren't worried about, social media, comparing yourself because someone else has more likes or followers, or, worried about money, chasing people down for money, or stressing out at a trashy job, or, what I'm saying, all these different stresses and drama in the matrix. You weren't thinking about that when you were younger. You were more happier. You were more lighter. You're more free, you're more calm and relaxed. And when we were younger, we were outside more often. We had recess and we had way more time and activities outside on purpose for us to grow, So we had to go back to the basics and come outside. Enjoy time in nature. Enjoy your prayer. Enjoy your meditation. Enjoy your exercise. Enjoy just reconnecting with source, with Gaia, with the creator. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. This is not fake. This is not no, fairy tale fluffy stuff. This is real life. This is real life. This is not a hologram. This is not a cyber metaverse. This is not a hologram cyber meta. This is real life, real nature, real sunshine, real water. This is not a G screen. This is real water. Look, this is real water. Y'all see that? I got my hand wet. That's real water. This is real water. These are real elements. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real man. I'm a real king. You know what I'm saying? So reconnect. Get your feet wet. Splash yourself with some water. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be, trapped in fear inside of a cage all your life. You have to be able to come home to God. Come home to God. Let your soul be at peace. Let your soul be at peace in nature. So thank y'all for listening. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. Follow me. Connect with me on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity. At Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell. Message me to schedule a one-on-one nutrition and wellness consultation. On Instagram, I will guide you. I will coach you to lose weight, to heal, and to level up in your health and well-being. At Eternal Authenticity on Instagram, Sky Blackwell. Message me to schedule a consultation. Hit me up for sea moss, for herbal teas, for sea moss gel, and I got different ebooks about plant-based knowledge, recipes, and different teas, various different herbal tea benefits to help you to detox and get right. Find a way to reach out to me for this wisdom on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell. Click the like button. Like this video now. Click the like button now. We got the dragonflies out here. We got the dragonflies, the butterflies, the bees, the ducks, the trees, the birds, the fish, the frogs, the fish, the lizards, the salamanders, the geckos. It's all out here. The squirrels, the rabbits, the deers, the possums. You know what I'm saying? It's all out here. The armadillos, we're all out here. So thank y'all for listening. Y'all stay blessed. Make sure, like I said, spend time in nature, because life is too short to take it for granted. Our life is precious. Come back home. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Peace.